I'm just gonna go milk the goats. Okay, and then I'll be back. I love you. Good morning. It's time to do chores. I just said a little goodbye to my daddy. I was inspired this last week when I watched some YouTube videos of some channels that are just going back to the old style of creating videos, which is unedited, and they just go with it. So I am going to do that and we'll see how it goes, because life has changed a lot for me this last month. 1 month ago, on the 16th of April, my mommy took her last breath. And it was a very sudden thing. Both my parents got sick and did end up in the hospital. But we didn't expect mom to die. It was just, just a flu and a little bit of pneumonia. But she'd gotten through that before. But it was Dad who we were actually really worried about. They had actually said, call in the family because just a second here. Fell off. Anyways, so they said that, Dad's not going to make it through the night, call the family. But he did. And then Mom got really sick. And then we thought she'd be back in a couple days. She was life flighted a couple hours away. And then didn't come home. And then I brought home my dad on hospice. And so I've been caring for him 24/7 almost. Some of the church people have come in and helped me out when I need to get away. And like right now, my brother is actually there with him while I go do chores and milk the goats. And last night was a really rough night. Dad had a rough night. He was up all night, just very confused, calling for my mom, which is really hard. And it's just a really rough time right now. And I can tell you that, man, it's amazing how quickly life can change. I keep thinking about how you never know what's around the corner, and that's hard. And I knew it was going to be hard to say goodbye to my parents, but I never imagined how much it hurts and how difficult that is. So if you have gone through that yourself, I'm sorry. It's hard. So we just live just up the lane. I'm walking up the lane now, so that's another good thing, that I can sleep down at my parents' house and help out. So I kind of just moved down there, but I'm also close enough to just walk up the lane to do chores, and that's what I'm doing now. So we have had a lot happen this last month on the farm too. We have 33 babies that are hopping around, which is a lot of fun. My goodness. But it was actually a lot of unexpected babies. I had planned to keep milking several of my does. And in the midst of just everything that's been happening this fall and in life, when the bucks got in, we did utilize them. They jumped the fence. We couldn't keep them, which was awful. But we utilized them, and I know it worked on several of them. But then it obviously didn't on all of them. So that meant a lot of babies. So in the middle of living at the hospital this last month and really just going through everything, the goats have been having babies and babies and babies and babies, lots of them. And Olivia You can hear her yelling. She actually was one of the first, and this was when we were living at the hospital and in the middle of all of that. She had her babies in the middle of the night, and I just couldn't be there. She lost all 3 of them. So she is my sweet mama. She is such a good mom, and now she's kind of taken me under her wing. I feel like anytime I am anywhere near her, she's yelling for me, come and see me, come and see me. But you can see here some of the babies. Aren't they so sweet? There's babies everywhere. Oh, look at you all. Yes, hello. Hi, guys. Look at how handsome you are. Yeah. Where is everyone? There's more over here. We're working on the fence. This is over here is going to be our orchard all the way around. We just kind of finished putting up the fence, and then we'll be planting an orchard in the middle of all this too. We have 1 more doe to kid. So 3 to 3 babies as of yesterday. 1 more doe to kid. Where is she? Oh, I think she's the one that's rubbing on the fence up there. I'll go check on her in a bit. I just wanted to come and see. Hi to these babies. And my goats are following me. So we're also starting to plant seeds in the middle of all of this. Here's some more babies. Hi guys, how are you? Yeah, you're so sweet. Yeah, thank you. So we gotta be thinking about starting our garden. That's what we're thinking about too. So just a lot going on, and it's hard to find time to film and edit and all of that. But this morning I got a super sweet email from somebody that said, are you going to be having any kidding videos? I love your videos so much. And that was just so sweet to get that. I appreciated that a lot. All right, let's go check on Omega. I thought that was funny. Omega is the last goat to have her babies, which is fitting, right? Omega the last, and Omega is actually Olivia's baby here. So let's look at her rear. How you doing? Yeah. Always got to be looking at goat butts, huh? She's filling up a little bit, but not the pop yet. Let's go in and I'll show you. We've got Fiona had 3 babies a couple days ago. Dance had 4 babies. One of them didn't make it, and one of them's kind of a midget. I've never had that before. And then yesterday, what we call mustard seed. She's named that because her mother was called Faith. And so mustard seed had her first babies. And there she is. The chicken announcing, how are the babies? Look at that boy. He's so colorful. Where's the girl? Where's your daughter? Oh, she's sleeping. There she is. Hi. I'm telling you, I think I've said this before in some of my videos, the ink, when the goats are having babies, the ink runs out as the more babies they have. So the boy was the first, and the boys are always the most colorful. So all, birds are the most colorful, right? The boy birds are always colorful. Goat boys are, I feel like, always the most colorful too, which is frustrating. But so the ink ran out, and the little girl just has a little bit of white on her. All right, and then we have Dance here. Oh, good. She's feeding her babies. She hasn't been the best mom. I mean, she's been good, but there's been times that's why she's still locked up, even though her babies are several weeks old. We needed to make sure she was feeding them because she would get out and kind of forget them. So we've been keeping her locked up. We had to have some come to Jesus meetings with her to make her feed them. And kind of hold her as they drink. So you can see this one closest. I'll get another maybe video when he comes out. But you can see that, oops, careful. See, that's what I'm talking about. Look at you. You are an itty bitty compared to your brothers and sister. Actually, those are both girls. But yes, you're the only boy. But look at how much smaller he is. Kind of crazy. And then we've got our dear Fee here. She had 3 babies. Look at that. Yes, you're so cute. You guys are colorful. Yeah, she's locked up as well. She's a really good mom, but she's locked up as well because the girl, the third one, is a girl. It's that littlest one there. And Fee didn't seem to want to feed her. And so I was like, at this moment in life, we just can't have bottle babies. I don't have time. And so, so yeah, it's been a wonderful kidding season. We've had our losses. Olivia lost her 3. Deanna had 5 babies and had them all on her own and lost 1. Dance here, this one that I was just showing you, she had 4 and lost 1. So we've had a few losses, and that's always really hard. I don't like that, but also these guys have been having their babies all on their own and with very minimal help. I've gotten only a few of them on camera or been here for it. And so honestly, that's the best way to go. You want your goats to have babies on their own and not always need assistance. That actually is the best. So, all right, it's time. I'm going to come in here and we will get milking. So hopefully you're not bored yet. Are you bored? Because this is real life. Delight is shoving me around because she wants in. So we have 4 humongous cats that were given to us. And I can tell they're right inside the door here. And so Delight, oh no, the kitty, oh, you missed it because I couldn't get it turned. The kitty just got by Delight. But look at those kitties. They are so big. One of them that isn't even in here, he is 23 pounds. We weighed him. If you've never, let me get past the noise. If you have never held a 23-pound cat, you're missing out. That's a lot of kitty to love. Lots and lots of kitty to love. But these guys are the sweetest ever. They are older kitties, but they're keeping mice out of here, birds out of here. But they are going to end up in the garden in the long run. So that's the plan for them. They will be just our garden kitties because they took up half of their big house that was brought with them. Takes up like a quarter of the goat barn, and that's just too much. We need all the space we can get. But just as their transition period, we put them in the barn, the goat barn. And they've been living in this milking part, which they love, the goat milk every day. Okay, so I'm going to set you down. Okay. Oh, you don't want to probably see my legs. So anyways, that's the plan, but we got to get the garden fence done to keep out goats, deer, and keep the kitties in. We don't want the kitties to run away. That's kind of our main concern. So that's a big part of this year's big projects. And Delight's well versed on the stand, but I do actually put her, I put hobbles on her just because sometimes she's a stinker. And she takes such big steps that it causes problems, and I don't want her stepping in the milk or spilling it. So she does have 2 babies, 2 boys, and I'm just milking one side because they're favoring one side more than the other, and she makes so much milk. So that's just, I can bring in her here, I milk out this side, and then the babies can drink the rest of it. So this morning, maybe my brother's calling. I better go. When a phone call comes from your mom and dad's house and you just left your brother there with your dad, it just kind of, I guess, puts fear in. It's like, what's happening? Did something happen? That type of thing. But it was my son, Josiah. He was calling because my kids have been so wonderful and so helpful through all of this. And what a blessing because they are just so sweet and special. He's working on cleaning up stuff, and he has just taken the reins to help with getting the orchard fence done, because somebody has to be with my dad like 24/7, and so people have stepped in a lot, but you can't have other people there all the time. So there's just been like times where I'm like, guys, thank you, you're so helpful, and they've just been jumping in and doing stuff. And so, wow, isn't that wonderful? That's the thing, we're getting this with Delight. Oh man, there's still a lot of milk. She makes a lot of milk. She is a Nubian. We're keeping a lot of her babies because I'm really happy with her teats. They're very easy to milk. She has a large capacity, and I'm praying that it passes on to her kids, which it seems like it is. So that is really good. And so she can milk a gallon of milk in just one milking. And right now I'm just milking one side and it's pretty full. There's a lot of milk in there, so, and a lot more to keep milking. The other ones don't take quite so long, but she thinks that I've already given her a little bit more milk or more grain while I was talking on the phone with Josiah. So she eats really fast too. So I guess, see, this is why I hook her feet up when she gets restless. When you're getting to the end and she's eaten all her grain, she starts to step, and that's a bad habit. That's why I hook her feet up. So I guess now we're here. I feel like I'm feeling dead space because normally I would edit all this out. But this morning, with Dad having such a restless night, like literally we were going 15 minutes to 30 minutes at the most all night long. He would maybe, I guess, fall asleep or at least be kind of still and quiet for a bit. And then wake up and start being more agitated. He was reaching a lot. He was calling for my mom, which was really hard. And a lot of just twitching, and he has not been eating hardly now in the last couple days, hardly drinking. So that's really hard to watch. And then now calling for my mom is just the absolute hardest. Golly. But we went to church on Sunday. That was really special. He was able to do that in the wheelchair. I'm sad that today he wanted to go to the coffee shop, and he wanted to go to the coffee shop, and it's just not going to happen. He's just not able to. Really, he turned for the worse overnight. All right, so Delight's done. She's going to try to get into everything. She's going to try to eat the cat food. She's going to... See, this is where the kitties are. This is the kitty right here. That is... Oh, you're not the... Yes, you are the big kitty, aren't you? He is the 23-pound kitty. Yes, he is so big. So you can see their nice house. I'm just going to say hi. Now we got... I'm distracted, and now Delight thinks she's going to go back for seconds. So we have a mess in here that needs to get cleaned up. The spring cleaning hasn't happened. But sometimes you just gotta... Okay, we're going to let in Opal, because she wants in. Opal here is our little... She's a very high percentage Nigerian dwarf. She is actually Olivia's baby, but she's, old. She's probably 5 years old now. And she had one baby boy. And it was to one of our bucks here. He's got airplane ears and blue eyes. And because Opal was going to be one of the ones that I actually have milked her. I milked her for 2 years straight. I wasn't planning to breed her again. And so this is actually what happened about 3 months ago, right? Because it's already been a month with, so maybe a little like 2.5 months ago, all of my goats dried up. And I was like, well, they were littleized. They shouldn't be having babies. What's the deal? And they suddenly all dried up. And I was like, oh no, this has never happened like that. But literally all the ones, every single one of them was bred. And they shouldn't have, like, well, the ones that I had planned to breed obviously were bred. The ones that about 4 of them weren't supposed to be bred. And suddenly dried up. And so if you ever are milking and you are curious about what happens, I guess, if they are bred and what happens with their milk production, they do and will completely dry up on their own. We always did dry up anyway, like that was always the plan. But coming up to that 2-month mark, they all unnaturally just dried up. And so thankfully, the ones that have had singles this year, when we've had 1, 2, 3, so 3 of them, 4 of them. 4 of my goats had singles. And none of them were huge. Like she had a single buckling, thankfully. It wasn't big, and she had it all on her own with no problems. And that's always a blessing, because those single bucklings can be disastrous, especially for a little doe. Well, any doe. When they're huge, it can be a problem. And when they're a single, they get all the nutrients, the entire space inside, and they can get really big and then are hard to get out. And I'm so thankful that didn't happen. And now, after her being in milk for a solid 2+ years, she'll have a fresh cycle of milk, and I will keep her in milk for several more years without breeding her. That's another thing that will be addressed this year. It has to be. Somehow we got to find time for all this, time and money, to get the fencing really done. Like that goat that kept jumping out, he could scale the walls of Jericho. I'm not joking. We kept going higher and higher and fortifying the fence in the areas more and more. We look like it just looked awful. And so he could still get over. It was very frustrating, and we did do the little ice. So I don't know. It's just amazing how this year has turned out. Although I guess I'm trying to think of the good things. In the middle of living at the hospital for several weeks, I wasn't milking, and that was really good, because it would have been really hard to add that to it. And honestly, going through grief is very hard, but owning animals is kind of what has kept me going. I don't want to end up just wallowing in grief. I don't want it to be that I just like crawl into bed and never want to get out, even though what's happened has been really hard. So I guess that's the beauty of farm life, is that there's a reason to get up every day. And if cute baby goats don't get you up every day, I don't know what will. Okay, I am going to get Monster Kitty so you can really see him up close and personal. You can look at Opal for the moment. Come here, Kitty. I know. Come here. Come here, Kitty. Oh, come here. Come here. Come here, Kitty. You're a stinker. Well, he doesn't want to come out. So I'll introduce you. This one is Peanut Butter. Oops. The tail of the kitty touched her. So this is Peanut Butter, and he's purring loudly. He's so sweet. I've always had an affection for orange kitties. Yes, I have. And I know. And you're an orange kitty too. So the one that just jumped down, he's another orange kitty. And here, let's go over and we'll talk to him. All right, kitties. This one here is Kitty Boy. He's the most shy of them all. He hardly ever comes out, so this is a rare occurrence. He's waiting for his milk, though. He knows the milk is coming. This is Leo. He's a little bit lighter colored orange, but he's a sweetheart. He's so soft. And this here is Monster Kitty. He's 23 pounds of cat, and he is beefy. So his name is Tiger. I call him Tiger Boy. This is Kitty Boy. This is Tiger. Come here, Kitty. You should come out and show your stuff. Yes, you should, mister. What if I gave you some food? Maybe that would do it. Get you out, Mr. Kitty. Oh, my. Come here, mister. Come here. Anyways, honestly, I could be the crazy cat lady. I really like kitties a lot. Why are you being shy? He's usually not shy. All right, Opal, are you done? She's got to eat every last drop of grain. The younger girls, which you'll get to witness me trying to catch Ellie, because Ellie is not catchable. So you might witness you just might witness a circus, I guess, is what the word would be. But the young girls, they get kind of nervous. I mean, they're fine. They're first fresheners. They have had their first time on the stand this last couple weeks, I guess it's already been. And they're doing wonderfully, but they don't eat every last drop of grain. So they're a little bit quicker. Because sometimes the grain eating, Opal, is what takes a long time. Yeah. So what has been happening with you all? I just want to thank you who have reached out and have been so kind. Honestly, with my goat binder mailings, with my book bundles and things that I have through this last month, it got really crazy because I was living at the hospital and everything is just literally upside down. And I felt really bad. There was some orders that took a long time to get to you, and I'm really sorry about that. And I've sent in my apologies and my notes about what happened, and you've been so kind with just saying you'll pray and that all is well. And I'm thankful for that because it's really stressful it seems like I've been in this snowball where I order the books that I can afford. I mean, because we still got to pay bills and all of that. And so I order the books, and then by the time they get here, because it takes a long time for the printing process and the shipping process, they're already sold out. And so I've had to just be very creative in how to get the books to everyone. I think now that I feel like we're out of the woods, so to speak. And so things are getting better with that. So now you know though what's happened and all of that. And golly, it's been just hard to manage all of this. Nope, Opal, it's time to get down. I know there's kitties. It's okay. Don't be mean to the kitties. Don't be mean to the kitties. Don't be mean to the kitties. All right, there's that Olivia. Come on, Olivia. There she is. She's coming. She knows. She was being so patient. Oh, poor girl. I know, I'll get it. So, yeah, our Olivia here. I feel like I've had to grieve with Olivia. A lot of people ask, so what are you doing for self-care? You've got to take care of yourself during this time. And I've been like, I'll go out, especially on the nice days. It's April in Montana, which means that the weather is kind of frightful still. We probably will still have another snowstorm. I wouldn't be surprised anyway. So it's still really cold, in other words, and it's been windy and rainy and stormy and all of that. And but my self-care has been on the warm days when it's sunny to go out with my tank top on so I can start soaking up sun. And I sit out with my goats and the babies and just bask in the sun and just be. And Olivia here, there was one afternoon that I sat out there and she just was my sidekick. We were just sitting there grieving together, and it's just really sweet when you have a connection like that with a goat. And I feel like I have that with her. So I'm really sad that she lost her babies. I have kept several of her babies. Well, Opal, that little one that I had kept, or that I brought in, that I just milked. That's her baby. And then Omega. So the last baby, the last of the goats to have babies is hers as well. And I'm really excited to see what kind of an udder she has, what the story is with her. I'm hoping that she's well put together, because Olivia here, she has had many years of supporting babies and being a very good mother, and that's priceless, honestly. Having this year, so Delight, the one that makes a lot of milk, the Nubian, she sometimes hasn't been a good mom, and that's very frustrating. And then so her Dance, her daughter, she hasn't been a very good mom this year. And that's such a hard thing, because I want her milk production, but I also can't be messing with a goat that isn't a good mom. I do have my babies are dam raised, and that's really important to me at this point, as I don't have time to bottle feed all these babies. And so I need my does to be really good moms, to make the milk necessary, and to be able to just know where they're at, take care of them, always be checking on them. So I've been blessed to have a whole herd of goats, except for those two, that are really good moms. And honestly, with Dance, next year, I'll breed her again, and I'm hoping that it'll just kind of kick in, that she'll just realize next year, like, oh, I know how to do this. This is fine. I get it. This is good. So we'll give her another chance next year. But as you're choosing goats, just that's something to be aware of. Yes, you want highest production, but you also want good moms if that's what you're doing. And I know some places that are milking places, that they separate their kids basically at birth and then bottle raise them, so that then their milk production and milk sales are very consistent and all of that. But at this point, I'm not at that point. So we don't do that. But we are going to, we do have our little mercantile that still needs to be finished, completed. But we've been selling our milk and eggs out of that, and our soap, our goat milk soap. And so because of this influx in all the goats that are in milk right now, there's a lot more milk than normal. So I will be needing to find more people to buy milk from me, which is exciting. It's fun to share this lovely milk. I have been drinking about 20 ounces of this lovely raw goat milk a day. It's been my treat, and that's another self-care thing that I have found. And it's Organifi is a company that's just like makes yummy superfood, like nutritional things. And one of them is a hormone drink that is delicious in hot goat milk. And the other one is like a nighttime rest relaxation mix that is delicious. It's like chocolate milk right before bed. So I've been heating up morning and night some of my goat milk and mixing that with it, and it's been so good. And then I got a green juice as well. That's actually really good, because sometimes green juice isn't that good. This tastes really good. I've enjoyed it. So anyways, that's another part of self-care. So for those of you who have already gone through grief in whatever capacity or form, what have you done for self-care? Or if you have taken care of a family member on hospice, how did you handle it? And what did you do for self-care? What are your tips? And even for those of you who have lost a parent or two, what are your words of wisdom and advice and your memories and the things that have helped you through? I'd be really curious to know, because 2025 has turned out to be a year unlike any I've ever had. I wish we could go back and restart it and just do everything more and different. That's one thing I've realized as I was searching through so many pictures. I am a picture taker. I am a video maker. I love taking videos and documenting things. And obviously with the YouTube channel, I haven't made a video in a really long time. And coming out of this, I realized how precious and wonderful that is. And I'm so glad that I have that. And that it's, I don't know, it's just a wonderful thing to have preserved all these memories. And yet, even though I had so many pictures of mom and dad and videos and things, it still was like, I want more. I want more. And why didn't I get more? So I guess this is my reminder to you to take pictures, take videos. It's worth it. And for me, making these videos, documenting life for myself and for my family is really, really important. Almost done with her. Just got a couple. One side always has just a bit more. Or it's my left hand that doesn't squeeze as hard, I've always wondered. Because my left hand isn't as strong. Right, Olivia, almost done. Get every last drop of this precious milk. All right, we did it. Okay, good girl. Okay, bye. Oh, kitty, come here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Come here, kitty, kitty. I'm gonna go get Mr. If I can, he's wanting to jump in. I'm going to show you this monster. Yes, you're a monster. Oh, I can hardly pick you up. Oh my goodness. Oh, this kitty. Look at this thing. Look at this monster kitty. Oh, he says, you're next to a goat and I'm kind of scared of goats. Huh? I'm showing off Mr. Tiger. Hadassah just is coming in to join me. She has, I don't know what she's up to, but Kitty says, I don't want to be so close to a goat. But I just, can you believe this is, I can't believe how big this kitty is. You love these kitties too, huh? Mm-hmm. We love. She comes in here when I'm milking and she'll go like, oh yeah, you show off what you do. My arm is stuck. So she takes him, oh, he's purring up a storm right now, and she holds him like this, and we scratch his belly, and he purrs and purrs and purrs. Oh, look at he's licking her. He says, there are places on my body that I haven't scratched in years because I've never been able to reach them. Oh, kitty. Oh. So hopefully these guys, when we get them in the garden, you guys are in charge of keeping the mouses out of the greenhouse and the garden from eating our produce. That's their big job.
And to lose some weight.
Oh my, you're going to need some exercise, kitty.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he's all muscle though? Is he fat or is he all muscle? He must be muscle man. A little muscle kitty. Yeah. Oh, and Olivia's done. So now we've got to get the other goats. Oh, what do you think, Olivia? Jump down. Oh, there we go. All right. Oh, it's hard to say goodbye to kitties. Okay, so let's go, Olivia. And Evie wants to come in, but we're not milking her. So we're going to see. I might need you to grab me some grain. I'm going to see where everyone's at. Who do we have here? Come on, goaties. Oh, these babies. So Evie here is Ellie's sister. She had 2 babies, so she's feeding now. But they're just precious. Look at those beautiful ears. They're so pretty. Yeah, let's bring them in. Come on, goaties. Come on, goaties. So, Deanna here, she is Delight's baby. She's got her plain ears. She is the one that consistently has 4 to 5 babies every time she kids. It's amazing. I mean, look at how much smaller she is. And I don't know how she fits them all in. It's just amazing. But here they all come. They heard the grain. And then the helicopter or not the helicopter, the airplane going over. But see all of this like falling down fence here? Ugh, it's so awful. I hate it. Oh, shoot. Golly, don't do that. So yeah, let's get her in. She's the one I need. Are you okay? Yeah. Bring her over here, sweetie. Bring. Yeah, and let's bring in Dandy.
Dandy.
Come here, Dandy. Who's Dandy?
Yeah.
Dandy, come here. So could you take this and just come here, Dandy. Come here. I'll have to turn it this way. Come here, Dandy. Well, let me grab her. Here. You do that. Yes, I'm coming to get you. Come on. Let's get the milk.
Here, I'm gonna pour this out.
Okay. Just 1 second and let's get her in and then you can pour it out and distract them. We'll need to get Ellie next. Oh, jeepers. I tell ya, crazy goats. Let me just get her some grain here. Come here, you. Gotta get back. You gotta get her head in. There you go. Yeah, you can figure it out just a little bit higher. You goofy goat. Yeah, she's been roping. She's gonna be in horse this year. She is in 4-H with her horse project, and she is in ranch horse. So she's got a rope-a-dummy this year. So that's good. You've been practicing. Okay. Let me set this up. I do with my young does here. I do put on hobbles. So I'll be hobbling her just when they get, if the babies were to start making noise or something were to happen, it just keeps it for them from stepping in the milk at the very end or getting wound up. So that's just what I do. I put the hobbles on. And we'll see if towards the end of the milking season how they're doing, and maybe I'll graduate them from that. And but at this point, they get the hobbles on. So Dandy and Ellie will both have hobbles today. But literally, these guys, so she's had 1 baby, so we milk her just because that's a lot of milk. But I don't want her to dry up, and I want her to keep milking as much as possible, and I also don't want one side to fill up a lot and then have an issue with mastitis or something. Yeah, so what I was saying out there when we got distracted when Dandy here jumped on Hadassah was the fence out there. That whole, there's going to be a gate right where that fallen down pallets are. We're going to be putting a gate in there so we can access the garden. And then the whole area there, the whole garden will have a 6-foot fence with, they're like 2-inch openings, 2x4 maybe openings. I'm trying to remember. But they're small openings, so cats can't get out, and raccoons can't get in, foxes can't get in. That'll be around the entire goat area, chicken area, and garden. So that's a big project, lots of money. But it's going to be worth it in the end, because in the middle of all of this, a week or so ago, so 2 Sundays ago, Dad wanted to go to church, and it was wonderful because he had been kind of like, and he wanted to go to church, and we got it done. It was wonderful, such a blessing. then we got him home, got him settled in. I haven't been sleeping very well, and it was Sunday, so I went in and took an hour nap, with him on the couch next to him, and then a turkey showed up on the back porch of my parents' place, which is all the way down the lane. They never go down there. And I thought, that's weird. What is going on? And then I go out to chase it home, and there's another big tom turkey that's out there. It's like, what is going on? So I get them herded together. They didn't want to go home, which was odd. I thought, what's going on? So I get up there. I come across piles of feathers, then dead bodies everywhere. It felt like there was just piles and piles of feathers. Dead body here, dead body there, and we lost 10 of our chickens, and a handful or more of them were wounded. One of my Tom's back was completely laid open. He's healing well though. We didn't lose any turkeys, thankfully, but it was sad to lose all those chickens and have so many wounded. And so now they're all locked up because I can't be here all the time. And that's been hard too. That was just so hard to come home to that. A dog had come through and massacred and had a fun time. So that was really hard in the midst of all this, the death. There's just been compiled and heaped on death, it feels like, and that's been really hard. Even the death of, I want 100% success with my goats, and to be there for every one of them, because when there are so many kids coming out, there can be complications. There can be so many things that go wrong, and if you're not right there to help them, like even Eva, I was here for hers, and if I hadn't have been here for the last one to blow out the gunk, kind of resuscitate it, and get all of it out of there, it wouldn't have made it. And so that's what happened with several of them, and that's hard for me. It just bothers me so much. And so all of that compiled on, and then the chicken massacre and everything, it just feels like I've had when that happened with the chickens, I had my meltdown. I struggled with it a lot. It was very hard. And but anyways, that was just hard to come home to. And if you own chickens and you have had things like that happen, you know how hard that is. Especially when you've raised them from chicks and you know them by name, you know where they came from, and you just remember all of them. Actually, this picture right here, this is such a sweet picture. It's a little chick on top of the crayons box, and so we raised those, we hatched them out, and they joined us for school one day. Do you remember that? You were pretty young.
Not really.
Yeah,
a little bit.
So they joined us for school. I remember it. I think Josiah probably would. He's older, and that was one of them that we lost, and that's hard, because we know that we know them. Anyways, yeah, that's just so much happening this last month. But I guess in the middle of that, like I've already said, that it's the farm, it's the life that is still lifing, the life that is multiplying, because we have 33 babies. That has kept me going, and that's special too. So I know that I can't focus on the negative and the other bad things that are happening. But I just can't focus on the bad. I need to remember and focus on the good and scratch a kitty's belly. You purr face. You're so purry. You're rattling. You have a screw loose. Yes, you do. Yes, you're so sweet. Can you hear that purr? Just look at that face. And look at this face. Mwah. What's Josiah up to?
I think helping Dad. Yeah. Or he's working on
something, huh?
I don't know.
Yeah. You're a sweet kitty.
He has a bear right here spot.
You've got a bear spot, mister. You rub your belly on everything, huh? Because it drags. I did for the babies that we've had. I've been taking videos, like for a kitting video at some point that I hope to put together. You'll at least be able to see all the babies, and for the ones that I were able to capture on video of them having the babies, I'll put that in there as well. So that's my goal, is to be able to put together a kitting video for this year. I even have videos from last year of the kitting season. And actually last year, it was Deanna, right? Deanna had Donna. So last year on April 24th, which is tomorrow, Deanna had babies, and we kept one that was called Donna, and we named her Donna because they were born on my mom's birthday. And so tomorrow is my mom's birthday, and I'm happy that we kept Donna. And I hope she's a really, really good goat. I'm sure she will be. She's really sweet. Next year, or well, this fall, we'll breed her and she'll have her first babies next year. But Deanna is, and Dolly, her, which would be a full sister to Donna, is a very good mother and makes lots of milk, has really good teeth. So I'm excited about Donna. But that's another hurdle that we, the first that we will be going through. We had our first, Passover and Easter celebration without Mom, and now we'll be having her first birthday. And I know people say that the first year of all the firsts are really hard, so tomorrow will be a hard day. All right, now how do we get in Ellie? Where is Ellie? Ooh, Ellie is the wild one. Oh, she's laying down. Do you think I can capture her? Probably not. Hadassah, could you help, please? No, she wants to rope Ellie. So Ellie is this one laying down. I was hoping you could hold this, and I'm going to try to put the sneak on her, which I have a feeling won't work, but we're going to try. So you can hold it kind of like I am. Just kind of see it. Just keep your fingers out from there. And just show me trying to get little Ellie. So funny, I don't know. Oh, man. Oh,
Ellie, here, I'll go around. No, probably.
She's got a cute little baby, though.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go quick. Okay, keep her from going that way. Oh, Ellie. Don't teach your baby to run. Oh, well, we're going to have to get some grain.
Yeah.
Oh, Ellie.
Here, I'm going to hand you this.
Okay, we'll trade. If you could get some grain.
Yes.
And then, so our ploy with Ellie is we get grain and then get them all over here. And while she's frantic for grain, we capture her. So we'll try that. Yes. Yes. The pile of babies.
Mommy, this isn't for you.
So shake it so she comes over. There you go. So come over.
Don't like the dandy.
Come over here and get them. Get her over. Like, make sure she's...
Ellie. You don't have to share.
There we go. Come on. Why do you have to do that? There we go. You can go get it. It's right over there.
Where? Oh, there.
Oh,
Goats. I don't have anything.
So get the light out.
Okay. Here.
Open the door and let her out. Delight snuck in. She's a stinker. Get everyone confused. So, then see, once she's in here, she's fine. I'll get her some grain. Yes. Oh, what a circus, huh?
Oops.
Was that the circus that you thought it would be? Was that enough of a circus? All right. So, Ellie is Eva's. And Eva has been a wonderful mother. She is one of the best mothers. But Eva, as far as her udder, has a very bulbous teats, and does need better attachments. I kept actually Evie and Ellie to see what Eva was producing, like if she would have good babies or if I should actually stop breeding her altogether. And I have been very happy. I think there are some improvements that still could be made as we work on our breeding program. But anyway, she has nice long teats. They're very easy to milk. I do believe she has better attachments than her mother. She does have a little pocket on the front here, but really, I'm happy with her udder. I'd be curious to see next year what it's like as she just develops. They develop, you know, as their second and third year. They keep getting better. They kind of get to their peak, kitty, in their second and third year. But that her first year, that they've got such nice long handles, I love that. Yeah. This is kind of our daily routine. Milking and sitting with the big kitty that's purring up a storm. Getting his belly rubbed. So one thing that's the hard thing, you know, you want to get goats that have good attachments and just a good udder, good milk production. You want it to be worth it. But I started out with what I had. Eva is one of my oldest does, and I just kind of started from there. And although she doesn't have the best attachments and she has bulbous teats, she makes a lot of milk and has been very consistent in her milk production. She doesn't have a huge drop off like even Delight does. Delight makes a huge amount of milk and then she really does start to taper. And I want to get goats that can have a huge amount of milk, or as much as possible, and then also are consistent in their production throughout the year. And with Eva, she has been all of that, and she makes a lot of milk. So it's one of those things, I haven't culled her because of that. We're not at this point showing the goats, and I guess if we ever got to that point, we really would have to consider those things. But for just milk production, just a home, just a home dairy where we're making milk for ourselves and for people we know, they're very good goats.
Quit.
Oh, he says, I don't know about being on my back. I'm not like my brother. Well, once Allie's done here, the milking chores are done. And
Chicken, I think.
Yeah, you guys need to do chicken.
I did.
Okay.
Already.
Yeah. And then feed the kitties some milk. They're waiting for their milk. You know. Huh. And then I'll go back down and be with my dad today. Spend the rest of the day with Daddy. Yep. What are your plans? Did you clean your room?
A little bit. Like I did last night, so.
No, what about this morning?
No. I was gonna wake up at 6, but then
I told Dad to remind you about it. You didn't? She is going on a play date on Saturday, and to go on the go, she needs to have her clean room. It's only a couple days left. Needs to happen. Kitty, you need to clean your room too.
Does that feel good?
So isn't Ellie doing so good though, being her first times of milking? She's doing really well. That's exciting. That's what I like, because I don't have time to spend a lot of time working with bringing all the goats up onto the stand and working with their udder and on and on. I just don't have time for that with so many goats. Excuse me. And so to be able to not have to do that and for them to be pretty sensible, that's really nice. There's always a dolly out there, like one of my videos of her being crazy in her first weeks, but that just happens. That's just the way it is. Are we all hairy now? Hairy kitties. Oh, kitties. Well, I hope this 2025 has found you all in good places, not in the valleys. But if you are in a valley right now, I'm sorry, but know that the valley isn't the end. It's got a scratch. But know that, and I'm trying to remind myself of that the valley isn't the end. And like the song you played for me yesterday, there's flowers being planted in the valley. We'll be able to, when we get to the mountain, we'll be able to look down into the valley and see those flowers planted. Yes, kitty, I think your hairs have gotten in my nose. What do you think? Should we give you some milk, kitties?
Nope.
Give you some
No,
milk?
Grandpa says.
All right, let's give the kitties some milk. No, Dios. Says, oh, give me the milk. Ready? Here we go. There we go. Kitties get some. Oh. Let's see what they got here, kitties. See them drinking the goat milk. They know, huh?
Is that good?
Is that good stuff?
Leo has
And
where's Leo?
see, we can be friends.
Oh, there.
Look at that. We can be friends.
Are you jealous? Are you jealous?
Gotta convince her that we can be friends. Yeah. See, you like the scratches. All right. So all I need to do is go and get hay for the goats in these 3 stalls, and then we'll be done with chores. So thanks for spending this day with me, and I hope you have a great day and many, many, many blessings on you. We'll talk again.